Hey guys, just setting up TikTok here. All right, guys, so I had a doctor's appointment at 2 o'clock. I'm a little annoyed because that pop higher that I was talking about, it definitely happened. It happened about 15 minutes after I had to go. I did make a little bit of money on that day trade, but not worth enough, not enough money that like it was worth wasting a day trade, because y'all know if you've got the pattern day trading rule in the account, that's annoying as hell. But yeah, so when I sold right about here. And that was like 377s when I sold out of my calls. Bought some puts around the same time. And obviously those are starting to look good now as we drop further. We have the worry card, a drop through support, and then we rotate along support for a while. That's the worry card. We were looking for that yesterday as well. It didn't happen until after the bell. Like basically there was a gap down. But in any case, so here's another cash-in opportunity. The annoying thing is like I wasted a day trade and then made an error trade when I got back because I was in such a rush, and so now I'm without day trades for a little while in this account. I'm going to do a special for people on how to get around, how to trade around the pattern day trading rule. Guys, if you're just popping on, I've been doing this, I've been trading, I've been in the finance industry. My first day trade was in the year 2000 when E-Trade was the only online broker. And in 07, I was a Wall Street broker. I've been a proprietary day trader. I've been a options trader. I've been a financial planner. I mean, you name it. 22 years in that industry, guys, and then 17 years in that industry utilizing tarot specifically to trade with. It's a completely different system. It's called ESO meta-analysis. It doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. I created it over 22 years, and it has a 98% average accuracy. That means that the majority of my predictions are 100% accurate, and you can measure that, guys, with a chart. So, you know, check it out. If you got something you want to ask about, some stock you want to ask about, let me know. I'm trying to get this thing so people on YouTube can write if they want to me. Yeah, so guys, those puts are looking pretty good, and that's it. We had a cash-in opportunity in the midst of a trade, and reason being, we had the Magus correlator to the end of the day, so a pretty good move opportunity to get some profits out on the short side. My sense is we likely have a gap down tomorrow morning. And that Ace of Discs, well, the Princess of Cups is looking like a juicy place to get out of the puts, especially because I used my day trade. So that's what I'll do tomorrow is I'll get out of the puts that I'm in, the short-term ones. I cost average down the 350 puts that expire on the 27th. Cost was 30 cents. So when it gets up to 30 cents, I'm out of those. And then I'm in a 366 put. I'm looking to hold overnight, and then I'll sell it tomorrow. We could very well have a little pop here, guys, to the upside, based on the fact that we've got profit taking from overbought territory on the RSI as the card in the close position. So we're pretty far from overbought on RSI right now. Probably a bit of a retracement back, and then some more falling. Hard to say, but I'm definitely on the bearish side here, guys. Tomorrow morning, I'm looking to get out of some puts. Tomorrow, when we look at the 1 month overview, we've got day trade tomorrow in the midst of a sideways S formation that forms between a horizontal resistance and support. So you have two declines with an incline in between, so it goes like this, a sideways S. if you will. And that'll be overall general behavior. It's generally bearish, 2 declines with an incline in the middle. An agreement between 2 leaders may be highlighted tomorrow as well. Let me see here. Guys, we're going to do MGM, the 1 year MGM. I did this way back in like last year. I marked it up and looked at all of the patterns and stuff. However, I forgot to actually record and post. So I'm going to do the second half of this year utilizing that reading tonight. That'll go up, so there'll be an MGM for 2022. We'll have some other stuff going up tonight. We're taking requests right now, guys. If there's a ticker, a crypto, a stock ticker, an ETF, a commodity, you know, anything like that, guys, you wanna get some timing. What's the behavior going to be over the next week? What's the behavior going to be over the next month? I'll do a general reading for those people, free of charge. It's up to you to you know, figure out what you want me to look at. I think we're probably just headed south. I know I said there might be a little pop back, but I don't see a pop back. We're headed south, and it looks like we had the profit taking off of near overbought territory on the RSI was roughly 220. It's a bit early there. And if I'm right about that, then this will be more of a decline following. The sneak preview card tomorrow, we have a pop higher at some point to reach a distant resistance level. Definite trade opportunities in the morning. Yeah, those puts are starting to look nice. I'm gonna grab something to drink, guys. I'll be right back. Hey, for the viewers on YouTube, I'm not sure. I'm using Streamlabs. I'm not sure. Oh, hey, there's the comments. I was like, where the hell are the comments? ARKK on the month of July. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have that one out for you, Philip, for sure. It's already on the list, matter of fact. I'll take care of that tonight, so it'll probably be posted tomorrow or the following day. Dope, dude. Glad to see you made money on that put swing. Awesome. I wish I could have stuck around a little bit longer. I would have been able to time it perfectly for myself. This little poke right here, I sold like right before this green bar, and that's what I was looking for. That was the star card. Poof, just a little, and you can see there's even like a morning star almost there. I'm just annoyed. That doctor's appointment really kind of threw a monkey wrench in my stuff and wasted a day trade, you know. You know, there's several ways that you can trade around the pattern day trading rule. First, you can have multiple accounts and just do one trade in each account each day. I mean, that sounds crazy. It's not the best way. I like to use options. You look for a big move, and then what you do is you put on a vertical spread in two separate legs, a leg at a time. So you buy a long position, the market moves a lot in your favor, you sell against that long position, you sell a long position. And you make the difference. Basically, as long as it's a big move, it's basically like doing a day trade. It's just two separate trades. It has to be a big move, otherwise you're not going to have that. When what you're selling is going to be worth less than what you bought, no matter what. It's the I'll have to show you guys somehow. I might have explained that really poorly. Let me take a look at it here. Okay. Oh, are you talking about the... Give me a sec here. Yeah, I looked at this a while ago. I mean, when did this IPO? I feel like I was looking at ARK, well, I said ARKK, like, I don't know, when it was pre-IPO. I'm going to do that for everybody, but I'm going to throw one card down and see what happens. Yeah, ARK got a pretty auspicious one card pull. I got the Knight of Discs, so likely what's been happening is there's been sideways rotation that either is about to end with a fast sudden move higher, or it ended with a fast sudden move higher. I'd have to look a lot closer, you know, in an actual full chart to look at that. Matter of fact, let's do that. Yeah, there's going to be a fast sudden move higher. We're talking on a multi-day chart for ARKK. Based on, I'm seeing sideways rotation here. The end of a period of sideways rotation. That's the, I pulled the Knight of Discs card. A fast sudden move higher marking the end of a period of sideways rotation. Generally, it signifies a very important support level of some kind. It'll be it'll be an important technical level. Like in the future, we'll look back at it and it'll stand out in some way. And there may also be a CEO, an exec of some kind that's leading something that pushes the stock up. It'll be like a fast sudden move higher, and that'll be the end of that period of sideways rotation. But don't worry, I'm going to do a full July. I'll probably do a full 1 year for it as well. Meta now through July. All right, I'll take a look at it. I'll put it on the list. Even though I try to stay away from bad karma stocks, I feel like Facebook, I've always just had doesn't mean it's a bad investment. It just doesn't mesh well with my energy. But I'll take a look. I'll take a look at it for you. Meta. Before I look at the chart. There's going to be a notable reversal. So if you're looking at, for Meta, if you're looking at a multi-day, like a year-to-date chart or something like that, you're likely going to see a prominent reversal. Or if you look at a 1 month chart, let's say, of July, when July's finished, there'll be a very prominent reversal at some point in there. And don't worry, I'll do a full 1 month for you. I'm just right now just doing quick one card pulls. That was the Fortune card. It's usually a reversal at a high, but it's not always a reversal at a high. So let's take a look. Doesn't look like it's a case where it's a reversal at a high. There's a fake out of some kind, some sort of deception, intentional deception. Interesting. I'd probably get away from that stock. Just to be clear, I'd probably get away from the Meta stock if you're in that. I'll do a July so I can find a good exit place there, but I wouldn't stay in that stock. What the hell happened to music? All right. Yeah, just to reiterate, Meta. I mean, listen. Sometimes, just because it's a stock I say get out of doesn't mean it doesn't go up. Okay, there's cases where things go the direction that you would want them to go to make money, but you still lose money because life happens. You get scared out of things. Some stocks' behavior is a little too erratic or too volatile. You know, like every stock has a different personality, if you will, and you may be averse to certain personalities. Guys, for those of you just hopping on, taking requests, if you got we're going to do a bunch more July 1 year overview or 1 month overviews. So if you got something, we have a list, but if you got a ticker, a crypto, anything like that you want to see a 1 month on for July, I'd highly recommend putting it here in the comments on TikTok or in YouTube. I'll also pull a one card, do a general reading for you right now as far as that stock. You know, this crest, just something about this crest is irking me. The crest that I have correlated to the 24th. There's also a big drop here correlated. That yellow highlight is the correlation to the tower card. So we had it on the 21st. That's why I was able to we go back to SPY. So yesterday, I purchased puts at the high, expecting a drop at the end of the day with the worry card. We didn't have it. What did I say? I said, okay, it's most likely, since we didn't see it at the end of the day, most likely it's going to be a gap down. Look, I mean, there wasn't a gap here on this day. There was a gap there. You know what I mean? So that's how I was able to hold my puts. I sold the first thing in the morning. And then I wish I bought calls, but it was a little tricky. I wish I bought calls here. It was a little tricky because the trade opportunity was here in the midst of the pre-market. So, you know, sometimes you miss it when you see that. And then we had two bullish cards ahead of a bunch of bearish cards. So I could have made a bunch of money there, but I'm glad I was mindful to I wasn't positive on it. And in any case, now here we go. We've got this drop happening. If you flipped from puts at that pop at the high right around 2 o'clock, you're a happy camper now. That was done with what? It was done with tarot cards, my friends. Yeah, we threw cards at the wall and we just guessed. No, my friends, tarot cards are part of a greater system. The tarot cards, they utilize multi-dimensional reality and entanglement theory. Everything is connected. Everything is within itself, right? So if you can find a pattern here, you can find a greater version and a smaller version of that pattern elsewhere, right? Because everything in existence is part of a fractal. We're inside the fractal. If you don't know what a fractal is a pattern of itself. A pattern getting bigger, or depending on how you look at it, getting smaller, but it's a pattern of itself within itself with a slight permutation every time it repeats on a greater level. There's a slight variation. And I like to think of that in reality terms. Like right now we've had multiple lives, right? Each life was almost the same except for slight permutations. Those permutations are our choices, my friends. That's how you drive your karmic destiny. Choices. So just to be clear, guys, if I had a day trade, if I hadn't made an error trade and sold when I should have bought and wasted my last day trade, I would be selling out of my puts around the close today. Just to be clear, I'm not going to do that because I'm out of day trades. So I'll have to stick through it overnight. And that's how the little guy gets every time almost, because when you have less than $25, pattern day trading rule means you can only, within a 5-day period, do 3 day trades. That's ridiculous. And it's supposed to protect the little guy, but what it does is it sets the little guy up. If somebody wants to trade, they're going to trade. It doesn't matter a pattern day trading rule or not, right? So the little guy's going to trade anyways. The big guys know that there's a bunch of them that screwed up and they're stuck in the market overnight, and their positions are looking real juicy right now, but there's nothing they can do about it. Guess what? Tomorrow morning, some of those people are going to be burned because there's the big fish that know that you're stuck there. The little guy is going to get stuck in the situation, and they prepare for it. You got to think about it in terms of everything in the stock market is trying to take your money. Everything, right? Everything in the stock market is trying to take your money. You should also look at it like once you put your money in the market, it's not your money anymore. Your job is to get it back and some, but you just put it in somebody else's hands. Is no longer yours when you do that. That's how I like to look at it. You got it, Baz. No problem. Thanks for watching. Guys, if you're just hopping on, we're taking requests. If there's a stock ticker you're interested in, for those of you who've never seen us here, Tarot for Traders, 22 years of financial experience, finance industry experience. The majority of that is doing trades. I was a Wall Street broker. I walked off the floor one day because I didn't want to be like the wolf on Wall Street. I was like a sheep in wolf's clothing, a sheepdog in wolf's clothing. You know what I mean? So in any case, I left that, but I retained all of the knowledge and experience. When I had a near-death experience in 2007, really opened my third eye, and I started studying. It was like, hey, there's a reason why I'm here. Everything happens for a reason. I'm on Wall Street for a reason. You can't take tarot cards in Wall Street. You can't take esoterics in Wall Street and have them reconcile each other. How are you going to do that? I spent the next 22 years of my life, or I should say 18 years of my life, figuring out just how to do that, how to reconcile the spiritual realm, metaphysical realm with the realm of rationale and practical. It is very possible. Why? Because it's infinity, my friends. Everything is possible, including predicting the stock market by the hour with a 98% average accuracy. Bring it. I'm not going to sit here and try and convince you. Just look at the next prediction and come back and look at what it does on the chart. It's real easy to determine. I say it's going to go up around a certain time. It goes up or it goes down on a chart. I'm either right or I'm wrong. 98% average accuracy. That means the majority of our dailies are 100% accurate, my friends. And yet, they still don't see us coming. It's like, one day we'll change economics. I really feel we'll be able to change economics for the better, some profound way. Yeah, so this might be a little bit of a pop back based on where we are on the, we're finding support right here. That was supposed to be the peace card right there. We're finding support right there on the peace card. So look at that. I notated the peace card yesterday. It's like right here. And there we go. It's turning out to be quite an important technical level the following day. So we have that trade opportunity here at the end of the day, and generally speaking, we're far from overbought on RSI, so we may have a notable push to the upside here before we sell back down, because we have a trade opportunity there in the post market, or the following day, you should say, like first thing in the morning. I'll be looking to sell my puts first thing in the morning. I'll be in cash, and then we'll see where we go from there. I'll likely buy calls first thing in the morning. See, it's tricky. It's tricky here, because the strife card is a very bearish card, but we have the low correlator prior to it. We have the ace of discs. The ace of discs in a lot of cases is like the establishment of new support. It can be the established, lower new support or higher new support, but it's basically like a big move to meet a new support of some kind. And then there's a fast sudden move higher right before midday. I mean, I'm seeing here to, you know what it is? It's not for me to enter in a long position. I don't think this is purely the opposite of like, I need to get out of puts in the morning, right? I need to get out of puts in the morning. This is basically telling me opportunity with the market going downward. Want to get out of those puts in the morning. I may purchase calls there first thing in the morning as well. We'll see where we end up. If we gap down, I'll buy calls. If we don't gap down, it's a different story. I'll recalibrate my plan. But we have the death card for tomorrow. Prominent trough, prominent low. That's what the death card speaks of. It's the end of a cycle usually, which means it's also the beginning. And then the overview, we've got the Queen of Cups card, which again is a sideways S formation between a horizontal resistance and support. So we decline to support, we rebound and go all the way back up to resistance, and then we decline and we go back to that same support. Sideways S formation mixed with the death card. And there's there's a day trade opportunity in there. Generally speaking, when you know that there's a sideways S formation, what you're going to get is a move down, and that price level where it reverses and goes back up, that reversal point is where I would judge myself for an exit that I haven't got into the trade yet. So you're looking down, right? We reverse, we go up, we meet where we fell from, that horizontal resistance. I would buy puts there, knowing that I'm going to sell out of those puts when we reverse and go back down and meet that price level where we had the first reversal. That's how I know an exit point price-wise when I look at a Queen of Cups. But that's only if it's a trade opportunity. And in the case of the 23rd, we have a day trade here. See, but again, that crest is kind of standing out to me, something about it, because we've got bearish card, bearish card, bearish card, and a crest, prominent crest right in the middle on the 24th. Strife, and this is when I was doing the reading, the Strife card flew out of the deck, and then here I put it back in the deck, shuffled. Here it was in the high position. So the high there is definitely prominent. Interesting. 24th. I'm going to notate where we close, the price point where we close. If it's the same as the piece card, even better. But if it's not, I'm going to notate that, because I think we'll likely see it again. On the 24th. It's probably the same price level based on where we are right now, and then I also see the piece card there again. So that 475 mark is really what I would consider around that 475 mark. I'll actually notate the price. So it's at 375-ish there. Hey guys, if you're just hopping on, we're taking requests. I see Boeing. Oh, I see VYM, and then I see Boeing. All right, so VYM, that's not on the list. I'll add that to the list for sure. Where'd my pen go? We're also going to have an INO coming out in 1 year. All right, so VYM for July. And I'll flip one real quick for you guys. I'm advised to be cautious. I would steer clear of VYM, my friend. Multiple false tops or multiple false bottoms. Let's take a look and see. And then it flew out of the deck, the Prudence card, along with the Debauch card. These are bearish cards, guys. Or, well, the Prudence card is just an annoying card. I don't trade when I see the Prudence card. It's just there's other things that are more certain. But let's take a look real quick. VY. Whew. Yikes. That's one I'd probably just bite the bullet and get out of that one. It's not looking good for July for VYM. I hope the person is still on. Lisa, if you're still on. I'd probably steer clear of that stock. Sorry if you lost money on it. That looks like a pretty sharp drop there. But yeah, VYM Prudence card mixed with Debauch. I'd steer clear of it. I would definitely not cost average down on that stock. That's for sure. If you want to hold on to it, who knows? I'll do a July and see if there's a better entry point. But I wouldn't be putting more money or more risk on in this stock. VYM. I'd steer clear, guys. All right, Boeing. Boeing's one I haven't seen in a while. I'll add that to the list. Is there Is there a specific time frame you want to see Boeing? All right. Boeing. Boeing in July. So it's 3 crisscrosses through the same price level, confirming a bullish trend. And on a large scale time frame, it's more likely to confirm a bullish trend than if it was like when it's on a small scale. We're talking like an hour. If the card represents an hour or like a day. A lot less likely to be a confirmation of a bullish trend. It's just 3 crisscrosses through the same price level, with the last cross leading upwards. But if it's a grander scale, like a month or something like that, there's a good chance that it confirms a bullish trend after crisscrossing back and forth 3 times. So I was looking at July basically for Boeing. And based on what I'm saying, I mean, it's not screaming opportunity, that's for sure. But if you're in the stock, I would hold it. I wouldn't be scared out of Boeing right now in any regard. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, so I'll do a July for Boeing as well. Philip. Yeah, so if you own it now, I would hold it. That's a type of it was the virtue card, the 3 of Wands. That's the type of card, like if I'm owning the stock already, I'll hold it. It's not a negative card. It's not like a super bullish card, but it's kind of like, you know, back and forth, nothing scary is going to happen there. And that's, when you think about it, that's kind of how Boeing is supposed to be, not scary. I'd hold it. It's a good stock. That was actually my first stock ever, FYI. I got 2 shares of Boeing. I think they were $80 or something like that at the time, each, and it was for my bar mitzvah. That right there, that stock Boeing is what created my future. Because before that, I didn't even know the stock market existed. Having gotten Boeing stock, I was able to make my first recommendation to my parents when I was 15, because I already knew what the stock market was. My first recommendation, if you're wondering, guys, it was Starbucks IPO. That was my first recommendation ever in my life. Starbucks IPO. It was 45 cents, my friends. I could tell you so many stories of me being broke as a child or a teenager or a young adult, where I knew something was happening and I didn't have anything to do about it. You know what I mean? That's the conundrum that was my life. It's been a long and tedious road. Let's see. You want to see how long to hold it? Let's see, July. So, August is looking like there's a decline in August that will present an opportunity. It'll be a prominent decline on a year-to-date chart. There'll be a decline in August for Boeing, but it'll mark an opportunity to open up to buy. It's a buy opportunity. It's moving downward, and you want to buy into it. Go long on Boeing in August. That's when I'm seeing it. So July, just hang tight. It might be a little bloody because July's looking ugly for the market in general. But yeah, I mean, that's a good stock. If you're looking for stability, hang on to that. All right. Price correlation from the 10th, 13th, and for the end of the week. Let me take a look, Philip. I pulled the devil card for that one. Interesting. The 10th and the 13th. The strife card. Interesting. Man, Philip, you got a good eye, man. Like, there's so much data, I miss stuff, guys. You know, there's so much. I only have a limited amount of time to look at it before it becomes real life. So, you know what I mean? Sometimes I'm missing that, you know, things like a correlation. So the 13th. off the top of my head, I'm not really picking up on much. There could be a correlation. The end of the week here. No, I'm not seeing that. I'm curious why you did you find a correlation, or did you see some similarities? I'm interested to know, Philip. You definitely have brought things to my attention before, dude. You're badass. Well, if I can say that on TikTok, I don't know. If you're just hopping on, guys, I'm taking requests on stocks. Throw me a ticker in the comments. It could be a crypto, it could be a commodity, you know, and I'll take a look at it. Give me a time frame as well. It'll be a general look. And if you're interested in seeing a reading posted for a specific ticker or crypto or whatever, then just throw it in the comments, guys. We're taking requests right now. Yeah. Move up to fill the gap. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Ah, okay, I gotcha. Man, dude, thank you. So let me take a look for you. It's so weird because it's like a bearish card with bullish preview. I think that could very well be the distant resistance level that we reach for irrationally. Let me see if I can find that. Looks like, and by that I'm talking about the Lust card, which is the preview for tomorrow. Most likely Lust energy around like 11 to 12, there may be a notable move there, or towards the end of the day, or out of the open, or all three. Let's see. Oh, it's that Strife card. Hermes. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. You little goof. Yeah, I think you're probably right about that, Philip. I pulled the Princess of Cups, opportunity in a decline to open up a long position based on where we are right now in relation to the gap that we're speaking of. Guys, we're speaking about the gap over the night of, or over the weekend of the 10th to the 13th. That gap there, generally speaking, if you're really new to trading, gaps almost always get filled. So when you see a big gap, it's a matter of when it gets filled, but it almost always will get filled. It's a pretty reliable fact, you could say. I mean, things change over time. It's a technical thing. Everybody else knows that rule too, you know. But the fact remains, in a lot of cases, you'll fill a gap, is what the term is called. So when you see a big gap, it's in a lot of cases makes sense to, prepare yourself for a move in the opposite direction of the gap at some point. But look at this. So we had the gap here, right? We had another gap down here. We didn't fill it yet, right? So you don't want to just necessarily assume like the next day it's going to happen. But what we're talking about is it happening over here, probably. If it was going to happen, it would be on the 24th most likely, Philip, yeah. And then there's an opportunity to open up some protection, a notable opportunity to open up some protection at the end of the month. So if it doesn't end up being there, it's very, very good chance it could be just at the very end of the month. Drop hard again, end of 24th to end of July. Yeah, well, there's definitely a drop over the weekend. A big, these are two big bearish cards, 27th and then 28th. But again, it's the, oh, I was looking at the wrong one, 27th and the 28th here. Thing is that it's not always, it doesn't always line up exactly. I'm sure you've noticed with the overviews, the more broad and general you get on the time frame. So like sometimes a couple of these cards will be squished to the left or to the right, but based on wherever this crest, this 24th crest happens, there is a correlation there with a sharp decline, a tower card correlation on the 24th, and it could very well be a decline over the weekend. The 27th we have and there you go, you got sneak preview card, just like I said, a decline over the weekend. Sneak preview card is actually the tower card, so there was a correlator there. I put that in based on the correlation. This yellow highlight is the correlator color for the secondary theme card, the card that crosses the theme card. In this case, it's the tower card crossing, what did we say, defeat? Yeah. Man, I didn't even think about that gap. You know, sometimes you just forget stuff, dude. Much appreciated, Philip. And thanks for your support, man, really. Philip's like our OG. He's like one of our first followers. You're looking for place to park. Okay. Let me take a look. VW. VWENX. Did I get logged out? E-Trade always logs you out. It's so annoying. Oh no, there it is. It's just hiding from me because there's a light in front of my screen. VWENX. VWENX. I think I need to log in again. Give me a sec, guys. I'm actually going to do a quick video on buys, the things that I'm planning to start accumulating in July, because we have a notable bottom in July. I think we probably revisit it in August, but this is around where I'll start buying longer term long positions, and I'll throw something up for you guys today or tomorrow as far as what I see, what I'm looking for opportunities in through July. So maybe you'll find something to park there. But in any case, let me see here. VWENX. Looking like there's a reversal in July for VWX. So being a downtrend here, throw another one out. So there's a reversal, a male leader. Well, there's something going on in July with a male leader, and I just picked that up again here. Like, I keep getting this in July, guys. The Emperor card, you know. So male leader, something big is likely to happen in July involving male leader. I mean, and it'll stand out when you think about the whole year. It'll stand out. But there's a reversal in July, so if we're headed downward as it looks like we are, then likely that's a bullish indication, especially because then after that highlight with the male ruler, we've got the Queen of Wands. That's generally a pretty bullish card. There's a sharp dip within each queen, but it's least dip here, and it's in the midst of a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through at least one horizontal resistance. So that may not be a bad choice, my friend, to make it a lot succinct for you. VWENX, likely a good spot if you're looking to park. And I'll do a July one for you as well. MNMD, yeah. Let's see what do I got for them. That's another one I want to do a 1 year for. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's going to bottom in July, guys. So, 66 cents. Whew, I like that number. I may buy some around here, guys. I may buy some MNMD right around here, MedMen, or Mind Medicine, excuse me. This is a stock, guys, that does pharmaceuticals involving psilocybin, which is magic mushrooms, if you will. They're also doing trials with LSD and ketamine, I believe. So this is like cutting edge stuff for mental health, and I also think that mental health is one of the next trends of, like, I don't know what you want to call it, like liberation or like newfound like expression. I don't know. It's mental health is becoming much more of a topic these days, is my point, because there's such a stigma around it. You know, and so these are new forms of treating that, and I mean, one of them, they already had I believe it was a phase 2 trial approved for the psilocybin, but this is a long-term stock, Philip. So if you're looking to make money real quick, may not be the best place to be sitting right now. This is a long-term, like, I'll buy and hold this like for the rest of my life kind of deal. Maybe not that long, but I'll buy and hold it for several years. That's how I see this stock. Thanks, man. I'm getting licks. You're the best, you know? You're the best. CCJ, yeah, for sure. I haven't. Thanks for reminding me, man. I haven't thought about that one in a long time. So Cameco, here's a cool story. I was in Cameco. So Cameco is, if they're not the number one in the world now, they were. They're number one uranium miner in the world. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that in the future that's going to utilize nuclear energy, space type technologies and stuff like that. But the fact is they're the number one. And I had this really cool story where I wrote them. I think it was 2018 that we had Fukushima. I don't exactly remember what year it was, but I do remember doing a tarot reading for Cameco the night before, and I just kept getting flooded with water, and so I sold, and there was no reason to sell. I was up like 100% on it for the year or something like that. I sold, and then we had Fukushima overnight. And that's why I follow tarot cards and not technical things out of a book. I mean, that stuff helps, but if you're playing only with the tool set that the guys who are making money off of you gave you, you're not going to make money, right? You have to have a system that's different from what the big boys expect you to use. And that's part of why SO Meta works so well. It doesn't exist anywhere else. Yeah, so Cameco, ooh, it's looking like a good buyout. Oh, yes, thank you, Philip. I got the wealth card on that one. Cameco's a buy, my friends. What do we see in July for Cameco? Look, I pull this. What do we see in July for Cameco? I'm telling you, there's something with the male ruler going on there. Two things pop to mind. A death. I don't want to throw that out into the world, but either a death or it may be something militaristic. There's something aggro going on there, but it'll impact the markets, guys. And again, I pulled Kamiko looking at this moment now, or the, you know, where we are on the price point. We're at a pretty concrete support level. There's a chance we go down. I'll do a Kamiko for July. There's a chance we go down with everything else, so I'll have to look closer. But Kamiko definitely very bullish. All right, buddy, I'll put you down. Very bullish. This is a great card to get when you're determining whether or not to buy a stock. And you pull this card, you better buy the fucking stock, my friends. Please tell me I don't need to explain wealth. It's the stock market card. So if you're talking about S&P 500, yeah, you should go to the YouTube channel, or you're at the YouTube channel, obviously. So check out, search in our videos for the S&P 500 2022 reading, and you'll get our whole reading for 2022, a broad general reading of what's happening. We were 100% on point until last month, where we fell a little bit. We got the direction right of the month, but we expected it to go much higher. In any case, aside from that, everything's been 100% accurate. This is what I'm talking about right here. Where is it? There's a reading that we did for 2022, and there's definitely, and this is an old spread, guys. Like, I don't even do the 1 year spreads this way anymore. I have a way to do it where I get more information. But based on this one, we have a bottom in July, and we have a bottom in August, possibly again. I think the bottom in August is more like on the cusp of August, September. But there we get a revisiting there, August, September, of a low that we see in July. So as far as bottoming, you're asking if you see a bottom or a year's low going to be in the beginning of July? Yeah, very, very likely be. You're welcome, Lisa. Yeah, dude, I'm glad you pointed out CCJ, man. Thank you so much. That's so awesome. I'm gonna make some money on that one. More money on that one. And you know, that's one stock. When you start thinking about uranium, that's an area where you can kind of get into conflict with karma. This is for power purposes. There's always going to be people looking to you know, make a weapon out of something that shouldn't be made a weapon. You know, it doesn't mean that you don't make the technology, because the technology can help you in so many other ways. Space travel, probably underwater sea travel. I think nuclear power is probably going to be a huge thing when it comes to mining, space mining. Which is the next huge thing that as soon as I see something good for that, I'm on it. I've been watching companies for space mining. I mean, there's asteroids out that have like billions of dollars of minerals in them, and nobody cares about the asteroid. You know what I mean? So that's probably well connected to the uranium, guys. I'll do an update on CCJ. And then, guys, there was an article. There's an experimental treatment for cancer that they were using, and it literally, like, overnight the cancer just, well, maybe not overnight, but real fast, it just evaporated. Right? It sounds like a cure for cancer approaching, my friends. Like foretold. I'll find that article and I'll throw the link out there on social media so you guys can see what I'm talking for. It's on Apple News. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it quits tonight. Anybody's got like a last request? Now's the time. Just making sure I didn't miss any comments here. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate the support, my friends. Blessings. And remember, when you make money from these readings, pay it forward. And that's always there, too. Oh, INO. Yeah, INO's coming out tonight. No worries. Henny, I didn't see you. Where are you? I don't see it, man. I'm not seeing your request. I see, am I invisible? And I see I asked 4 times, but I didn't see anything before that. You want to re-request and see if it comes through this time? You know I got love for you, Hanny. I hope I say your name right. I probably don't. Yeah, I'll hang out just to see that ticker come through again. INO. Cool. So just put in the comments the ticker you're talking about one more time. For whatever reason, it didn't show up, Hanny. INO sideways rotation along support level, and then a sideways fluctuation with a bullish trend preceding a decline. INO long term, definitely one to be in. That's a buy and hold for me, and I'll take a closer look at it and have something posted for you guys tonight. Yeah, I don't know, man. If Hanny, if you put the ticker and it didn't show up again, so weird. And you were saying there was a comment that like you made and didn't go through. Oh, are you on Facebook? Are you requesting on Facebook or on YouTube, honey? I don't really need the stock, honestly, so I'm just going to pull one for you. All right, so you're looking at for whatever the stock is that you requested, Hanny. I really don't need to know what the ticker is. I pulled the. So this is just for you. I pulled the Knight of Swords. So basically, it's a period of volatility that ends with a fast, sudden move to the upside. Yeah. See, I'm seeing someone help me. I'm seeing YouTube, but I'm not seeing a ticker. Am I going blind? Hey, is there anybody that would be able, if you see the request he's asking for, throw it in the comments. But again, it's the Knight of Swords, my friend. So that's a fast sudden move higher that marks the end of a period of volatility. I'd imagine whatever the stock is that you're questioning about is now in a period of volatility. And if it's not, it will be. But if it is, then we're looking for an upward move to mark the end of that. And if it's not, then it will be, and that'll end with a fast sudden move higher. So weird. You know what? Email me. We were having a problem with our Tarot for Traders email, so I made a new email. Google couldn't help us. It's basically Kapproveb, right? It's going to be backwards. All right. All right. You can try emailing me here, Kapproveb@investorprofit.com, honey. I'll take a look within the next 15 minutes or so, and I'll shoot something out on YouTube for you, my friend. Apologize we didn't see it. I'm not sure what's going on there, but definitely the first message that I got from you is am I invisible? And no, you are definitely not invisible. You're one of my faves. With that said, guys, have a great night. You too, Philip. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, pay it forward, my friends. And that email again, one more time. Kapproveb@investorprofit.com. Later, guys.